good people? What is going on? Happy Monday. The Detroit Lions won against the Washington Commanders yesterday, 36-27, I believe the final score was. Interesting game. It was really, in my eyes, a tale of two halves. At the half, the Lions were up 22-0 over the Commanders, and really had some times where they looked dominant. Defensively, they were dominant. I don't think Washington had a first down in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, or if they did, it was very few. And the Lions, scored 22 points. So 22 points and a half is encouraging, very much so. But there were, even as encouraging as it was, there still were opportunities missed that you would love the Lions to cash in on. One opportunity is they had the ball, I believe it was 3rd and 3, or 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. You got 2 shots at it and couldn't get that into the end zone. End up turning the ball over, and it's not the end of the world because of how it ended up working out, where the Lions ended up getting a safety, the Commanders punt to them, and then they turn that around and go score another touchdown. So it wasn't the end of the world, but you'd still like to see them cash in on that opportunity, because when you're playing a good team or a team who's playing better, you need to take advantage of every opportunity that you can. And overall, scoring threes, kicking field goals is not the recipe to beat a really good team. The Commanders looked just out of sorts, and I think a good portion of the reason was that defense. The Lions defense was terrific. I thought Aaron Glenn called a pretty good game, especially in the first half. And the Lions defense was just all over the place. Aiden Hutchinson had his first sack of his career, so that was cool. But then he picked up 2 more sacks. He looked like some kind of right leg injury. He was kind of limping a little bit in that second half. Went into the locker room during the game, came back out. So that was a topic, and that was something pretty clear to see. But, you come out of halftime, you're up 22-0, and you give up, 27 points to Washington, and they turn around, and the Lions scored 2 touchdowns. They ended up with 36. So, it's just a weird spot. If you're a Lions fan, you probably understand, but it's improvement. But you also see a little bit of just concern or things that could hurt you down the line. Now, I don't think the Lions are going to be some NFC title contender or anything of that, any stretch of that nature. But at the same time, you'd like to see them start to turn into a dominant team. I mean, you had Washington on the ropes. You've got to put your foot on the gas and just end that game. They had an opportunity going into halftime where Jared Goff had DJ Chark was wide open on a post route or over route, and he just missed it. He missed it by maybe a half yard, a yard. And if he catches that, they probably score a touchdown. If he catches that in stride, he's probably going to score. So it's just different things like that you'd like to see your team have that killer instinct where you got a team on the ropes, just give them the knockout blow. And I felt like they let Washington hang around in that game a little bit too long. They got the win, so I trying not to be just overly critical on them, but they get the win. You're 1-1, which if you go down 0-2, you can pretty much just kiss the playoffs goodbye, which I think the playoffs would be a stretch for the Lions, but nonetheless, you'd like to be alive as long as possible. Also, an odd decision to me with Ron Rivera. He decided, so they scored a touchdown, the Commanders, to go down 27-36. So they were down, they scored a touchdown. They were down by 8. So they're down by 8 after the touchdown. And instead of kicking the extra point to go down by 7, they decided to go for 2 and didn't get it. If you get the 2, you'd then be down 6. so on and so forth. But I just thought it was odd. I just thought it was odd. I thought he should have kicked it. To me, it was an easy decision, but some people on Twitter did say that there's some data out there, which there's always data, but there's some data out there that if you're making a comeback, that you should try to get it within 6, so that if you score a touchdown, the extra point will give you the lead, and so on and so forth. Which, I mean, I guess, but I still would have kicked the extra point, and you need a touchdown and an extra point to tie it. But that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate it. Peace.